What's going on, everybody? I'm the Soul Carney, and today I'm going to be talking about the Devil's Playground. Now, the Devil's Playground is an urban legend not far from where I live in Centralia. There's 3 entrances to the Devil's Playground, and it makes the shape of a triangle. They all are near Jolliffe Bridge Road. The rumors around this road is that there's this satanic cult that performs rituals within the playground, and there's all kinds of demonic worship and things that happen here. Now, the real and true terror of the Devil's Playground began in 1991 when a 15-year-old named Joshua Mahaffy escaped from his house and was never seen again. Now, this is an ongoing police investigation and it is well documented. However, no body has ever been found, and the kid has been missing since 1991. Now, Joshua was prone to sneaking out, and so when he did sneak out for one of many times on October 12th of 1991, his mother didn't find it to be anything out of the ordinary and didn't report him missing until a month later in November. Now, there's a little bit of backstory leading up to this. Joshua was in with a kind of a rough crowd already at the age of 15. He was a freshman at Centralia High School, which is my alma mater. Now, one of Joshua's good friends was a kid named Terry Martin, and Terry Martin was not a good guy. His buddies would do all kinds of terrible things. Joshua and his friend Terry robbed a convenience store and were convicted by the police. Joshua was cooperative with the police officers and, for lack of a better word, snitched on his friend Terry, and it seems that this caused a bit of a rift in their friendship. And on October 12th, when he came by and picked up Joshua, they went out to their local hangout, which is the shopping center. Now, this is a place where I frequently hang out. But again, this was in 1991. This was a long time ago. Witnesses report Joshua getting in a car with Terry and a friend and Terry's girlfriend, and they drove off, supposedly to Devil's Playground. When they returned later, witnesses reported that the car was splattered with mud and that Joshua was missing. A witness at the time, a teenager by the name of Tanya Collins, reported seeing them get into Terry's blue Ford Maverick and leaving the shopping center, coming back without Joshua, and at the same time she claims to have seen them ritualistically murdering Joshua in the fields behind the Devil's Playground. Tanya has passed polygraph tests in the past and was supposedly put under hypnosis by the police, and she led them then to the spot where she saw him being killed, but no body was ever found. Terry Martin, Joshua's friend, who was driving the car that night, again, not a great guy, and he was in prison, and his cellmate recalls him bragging about killing a kid named Joshua in 1991. If you needed further proof of how much of a scumbag this guy was, he was in prison for raping a 6-year-old girl, and thanks to our justice system, is on the streets as of 2019. But that's besides the point. The case of Joshua is still open to investigation, and the police are looking for any leads on Joshua's whereabouts or anything like that. As of now, he is presumed dead. 6 years later, a man named Bill Stutz went missing from the intersection of College Road and Jolliffe Bridge Road, which is near the area of the Devil's Playground. In March of that year, his body was found in a field after it had been washed up out of Crooked Creek, which is a creek that I have kayaked on. I can't stress enough how close this is to me, and it frightens me, frankly. The weirdest thing about Bill's case is that no cause of death was determined from his autopsy, and that there's simply no more information other than what I just gave about him. So it seems he just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth for a few months and washed up dead months later. This next one is probably the weirdest because this guy really had no reason to be where he was on the night that he went missing. On July 2nd of 2011, a man named Hanna was spotted on security cameras at a gas station in Jerseyville, Illinois, and he was said to be smiling and in a happy mood. Later on that day, his phone pinged in East Alton. Then his phone went silent for the rest of the day until later that night at 9:30, near Centralia, he called his wife. The contents of his phone call with his wife is unknown, but 2 hours later, he was spotted walking down Jolliffe Bridge Road in Centralia to get help because his 1990 white GMC Sierra was out of gas. Witnesses also claim to have seen him the next morning after he knocked on their door asking for some assistance. Other than that, There is no other traces of Jared Hanna anywhere, and he seems to have just disappeared off the face of the earth. However, his black duffel bag was found in the same field that years prior Bill Stutz's body was washed up into, and it was actually near the same area. Now, I can speak from a personal point of view because I've been in this exact area before. There's a weird feeling I get on this road every time I drive down it, and it's probably because of these stories that I've heard. The only personal experience as far as anything creepy happening to me on this road is further down. There's an abandoned farm, which one night my friends and I went to explore. And while I didn't necessarily experience anything creepy, those that were around me said they felt this heavy presence on them and that they just wanted to get out as soon as they got there. So yeah, that's the story of the Devil's Playground. This is just a really creepy area that happens to be approximately 20 minutes from my house and approximately 3 miles from where I go to school every day. Like I said at the beginning, these are all ongoing cases. None of them have been solved. So if you have any information regarding any of these, please contact the Clinton County Police Department. I will list a phone number in the description. Thank you for watching.